power in numbers. Or the sound of the thunder. Shots, you could get rounds from my gunners. Here's a toast. Don't think we serving drinks. I got a nice ratchet, a big ship to sink.
Well, it's a big part of the identity of the city. I mean, it was born here, it was popularized here. Its biggest stars basically have come out of the city.
Taking my shades off for this one. I say, yo, they call me Eagle, I spark blunts and pass NASA. After the guns get processed and nothing matters. I've been running through the dark just to find the light. I kick bitches out the circle just to keep it tight. BX bound, 2/5 now, so calm down. I know we'll be a man down if I brought them. See, I don't even think so, dude, niggas. Eagle, square free in the building. Times Square, getting this money now I'm talking about. What's up, sweetheart?
So Ego,
yeah.
You're here selling your demo.
Yeah, over my dead body. I mean, if you ain't got that, go get that.
That Russia back, you see that line of scrimmage? He don't want his teeth, somebody find him a dentist.
What I want to accomplish, I want people to hear the words, the real words of the struggle that's been going on for years now, and some change in the streets of New York, you know what I'm saying? That's all.
I'll never forget this day. I was standing in front of a Blimpies, which was a fast food restaurant, and a kid walked by with a giant boombox, and some guy was what we call rapping to the beat. I was like, "What is that?" I said, excuse me. You know, I was very open, and I would, hey, whatever. And the guy says, it's DJ Hollywood. I didn't even know who this guy was. He said, one summer around that same time, 78, 79, I had like the guy I met at the Beacon Theater, my mentor, he became my mentor. We went up to the Bronx to a park, and there were just kids waiting around. It was something about the guys supposed to show up. And eventually a white van came, and a guy got out with like boxes, crates and crates of records and vinyl, and like milk crates, like records. Like a giant card table, heavy industrial wire. They unplugged the base of a light, and they plugged this stuff in, and they ran it through the wall, and suddenly he was DJing, and turned out to be the famous Kool Herc. And so I wrote an article about it, which is actually it's one of the first one or two, I believe, articles ever written about what we now call hip hop.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
I mean, it was party music. Guys roll up the van, they play the music, people dance. It was party music. It was rebellious because it wasn't what was in the mainstream of American culture. It wasn't even the mainstream of black culture. It was far from the mainstream of black culture. So, it was like this, most of the 80s it was considered rebel music because there was a lot of resistance to it.
Yo, haven't you heard?
I don't necessarily think of myself as like a female MC in New York. I think of myself as like an MC in New York. But
So there's no big difference.
just because in New York, it's hard, period.
Sorry now, all around, boom, back to the bound. The secret is out, yo, we been found out. Sis on string, show 'em what we all about. You win Misnomer territory now.
You have MCs at all levels. So you have MCs who are willing to pay to perform. I mean, this is a straight up scam. It's like going to like modeling school. You know what I mean? It's like, there's no such thing like that. So if you have an MC who's willing to pay to perform, why would the venue decide to pay their artist to perform? Like, you know what I mean?
What happened today in New York is it's just another music. It's not rebel music anymore. Because it is, I mean, Jay-Z just played Carnegie Hall. The biggest stars in hip hop are the biggest stars in American culture. There is underground hip hop, and there is hip hop that's not on the radio. And hip hop is so much a part of what we consider New York history and New York's texture that it's almost taken for granted. It's hardly about politics at all anymore in America. Very little, unfortunately. It's mostly about parties. There's a very escapist vibe. There's not that many people talking about the economic conditions and the things that really are kind of tough going on. It's about going to the club, meeting guys and girls.
Truthfully, I rap about police brutality. You know what I'm saying? The way they move us, handle us, it's all over the news. They beating us up for no reason. You know what I'm saying? We can't even go outside without being checked. That's why we gotta stay low. You know what I'm saying? Look, G-macking, because you know what I mean, we all G's and we macking. I mean,
it's like chilling.
It's like chilling, I mean, chilling.
Chilling.
G-macking, steady stacking. You know what I mean? Because you stacking.
Stack all the paper.
You know what I mean? Every second.
You know what I mean? Just stack all of it. Steady
Every
stack
second,
it. Yes, sir.
Whatever, $5, $10, 20, steady stacking. Man down, that means a man on the floor. You know what I mean?
There's about to be some trouble.
There's about to be some trouble. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of different type of slang, but that's just growing up, learning and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? People need to mind their business. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
I bust you, ain't no busting back. That rush your back, you see that line of scrimmage? He don't want his teeth, somebody find him a dentist. I'll send my apprentice to send his mother's fingers.
It's gone so far from where it was when people of my generation really loved it, you know? Like that mid-90s, that golden era, whatever. I'm not the only one who's still kind of just stuck in that like nostalgic, like hip-hop, where did it take that wrong turn exactly? Like, you know?
Too many things I should have said but didn't. Too many times my heart stayed hidden. And so it goes that what was now isn't. I want to know what the hell I was thinking.
But certainly what you see a lot is dance music is now the resurgent. Dance music is now the emerging thing. The kind of stuff that came out of Ibiza, that kind of dance music, Miami, those sounds are now everywhere. And hip hop is kind of part of some of that. You see, you know, because people rhyme over the beats or whatever. But hip hop, from the classic old school sense, is not the driving force in dance music anymore, the way it was for a long, long time. And then there's also flow, how people rhyme. Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, they use really complicated rhyme schemes and a lot of alliteration and stuff. There's other people who just kind of are really kind of like just chanting over the beat, you know, like a lot of dance music stuff. But it doesn't sound like, you know, it doesn't sound like Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn. But also the New York sound. New York they called it Bat Boom. It was about beats, hard rhymes, hard beats, you know. But now you see a lot of influence from the South. There are MCs who are from New York who flow like they're from Atlanta.
I think this nigga think I'm a fool, so just for that, no rules, I cut you before I cut you slack. Blood of ooze, I bust you, ain't no busting back. That rush your back, you see that line of scrimmage? He don't want his teeth, somebody find him a dentist. I'll send my apprentice to send his mother's fingers.
Hip hop is music. Whatever comes to your soul at that time, at that specific moment, it's in you. And that's it. That's hip hop. Tupac. I'm from the Bronx, New York. Tupac though, you know what I'm saying? But a whole lot of rappers after that.
I told you I ain't playing, nigga. Same old Raymond. Yeah, you see that there. B and C right there. B's up, C's up. What up?
You know, it's really evolved a lot. And that's one thing about the culture, it just keeps going. So what's hot, it's very rare that someone can stay. I mean, Jay is very unusual in that he's been a big star for so long. Very unusual, very difficult to do because everything kind of keeps evolving.
For me, it comes down to the head bob. It's like there's something about this motion that like is so enjoyable, you know, when you're really and you're just sitting in a place and you got that good beat going, someone's flowing, and you're just feeling it. Like there's nothing that feels better than that. To me, that's hip hop. It's this motion.
Once something becomes embraced by everybody, it loses a lot of its meaning for the group that created it.
Let me clear your mind, we done rain ready boys that be on the ground, you know where we at. We ain't hard to find, ask the buzz sellers, 3 for 25, 6 for 50 though, you know he let me ride. And beef, I ain't gonna let a flea fly. I ain't gonna let a thing slide. Hands down, I'm the best. Ain't no I got next unless you a square free nigga with a high job vest. Salute to you. See what this cash you do to you. And stand on your box, my nigga. Keep it real.
You did.
Hip hop is yours, nigga.
Motherfucker.
Square free.